Ashraf Ali. I'm the chairperson of Rite Hanover Park Cricket Club. We're at the Reigate Johnson Road Sports Field, where we're hosting Rite Hanover Park in partnership with Awqaf South Africa, T20 Festival. The clubs involved is obviously Rite Hanover Park Cricket Club. We've got Primrose Cricket Club, Ottomans Cricket Club, Langa Cricket Club, the Pt2 Foundation, and then all the way from the UK, the Burmingham Bulls. Derek, welcome to Reigate Johnson Road Sports Field.
It's a pleasure being here.
Fantastic. I'm really humbled to receive you on behalf of our club. As you know, Jeanette made contact with me. Sadly, on a sad basis, where she notified myself and the club that Dr. Metz has passed on in December. I think it was the 12th of December.
That's right, yes.
Now, I know that we have spoken offline, and I've spoken to and I've met Jeanette, and we shared with you what Dr. Metz has done for us. As you know that by now, you know that we went to Birmingham, London and Devon in August last year, and in the process of raising funds, Dr. Metz made contact with us, and in that way we started a relationship with Dr. Metz. He made a contribution, once-off contribution on our online platform, which a charity organization, Islamic Relief South Africa, helped us set up. But we were supposed to go in during the World Cup. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that. We decided the next best thing was to do it in when the Ashes was taking place in England. And we did the fundraising, and Dr. Metz found out that we're still struggling. He invited us to his home and made another very substantial contribution. The rest, I say, is history, but we went, we had a fantastic time, we came back, we met Dr. Metz again, and lo and behold, after, just showing our appreciation by giving him a small token of our appreciation, a certificate and things like that, he made another sizable contribution for us to host any club that comes from the UK. And 6.5 months later, we have the Burmingham Bulls here. I now come to understand that you guys, sorry I say guys, but you're the family, have had no knowledge of us. And for us, we want to know more about Dr. Metz. And this is maybe the opportunity for us to get a bit to know more about Dr. Metz. In the short space of time that we know him, we just feel he's such a wonderful human being. He shared such a lot of things with us in terms of his own cricket career, but just what a tour of that magnitude meant for him for the rest of his life. But please share with us a bit more about Dr. Metz.
Sure, Ashraf. Well, firstly, thank you very much for your very kind welcome.
Pleasure.
Janetta would have loved to have been here, but she's back in Pretoria. And I also want to say to you and your fellow organisers and club members, what you are doing, I think, is unbelievable.
Thank you.
And I think that's what attracted Dr. Metz to you guys. He himself would have loved to have been here, but of course that's not possible. But he himself he grew up playing cricket. His father was a club cricketer, which I didn't know of either, and they grew up in Indonesia. And as a young boy, he used to carry his father's cricket gear and cricket bat, and that's how he got into the game and got to love the game and became passionate about it. After the war, he went back to Indonesia, to the Netherlands to study, and then started playing cricket more formally for a club, and that's how it took off. But he loved the game. We had no idea how involved he had been in cricket all his life until we came down and found his cricket book, which goes back to the 1940s, where he recorded hand messages and scores, and where we found out about his involvement with Hanover Cricket Club. We had no idea. We first realized when we saw the photograph that you'd present with him in his study, and then it just followed on from there. But that's the sort of man he was, completely humble, dedicated to the sport, loved the game, and dedicated to the youth and
Yeah.
young people and what
Yeah.
their future is.
No,
And to people like yourselves, in fact.
Thank you, thank you. Look, Derek, as much as we can do for keeping the memory of Dr. Metz alive, we're going to try our level best to do that, because really we think he has kick-started something here. The tour going to the UK, bringing the Birmingham Bulls here. I mean, we're in discussions with him that this must go on forever. So we're looking at this particular tournament as an inaugural tournament.
Yeah.
And we just thought, how do we continue to, honor his memory? And I just want to tell you to take a message back to the family that we have named one of our awards after Dr. Metz. So the Best Batsman Award will be named after Dr. Metz. So it will be the Johan Metz Best Batsman Award.
Ashraf, well, thank you very much for that. That's in fact a great honor.
Yeah.
And I think he would have been the first one to say, look, please,
Correct.
but it really is a great honor for us that you've done that. And may the work you do continue. As you and I have discussed as well, it's up to people like yourself and others to really make a difference in people's lives, in communities. And I think that's what really attracted Dr. Metz to you, in fact, because he realized that himself, growing up in the sort of circumstance he had in Indonesia, that there's so much potential in youth.
Yeah.
And that youth is really the future of this country, any country.
Yeah.
And once again, I must say to you and your fellow organizers and club members, what you're doing is fantastic, really.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Derek.
It's a pleasure being
Pleasure.
here.
Thank you.